It is Monday, 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 Monday. It is already Monday, November the 22nd. Y'all, this month has flown by, flown by. Can't believe we're at the end of November. So here we are. If it's Monday, then that means it's Mondays in the meditation room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. So glad that you are here joining with me, whether you're on the Enlightened Woman Facebook page, whether you're in our Enlightened Woman private community group, or you are checking us out on Kelly V. Hayes' YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us for Mondays in the meditation room, this sacred space, right? The enlightened woman is all things enlightenment, empowerment for Black women in midlife. And I'm so excited about it. How about you? Come on, join us. If you're on Facebook, tag some sisters that you know need to be in the room, this safe and sacred space for us to work it out. Because we believe in redefining midlife, right? It's not chaos, not chaotic. It's not the end of our lives, right? We don't believe that our best days are behind us. We believe our best days are in front of us. We're redefining midlife as an awakening, right? The opportunity for us to give birth to the woman we always knew we were, right? So we are excited. Hey, y'all, I'm asking y'all to say hello to your sisterin'. Right. I know Christmas is gone. Didn't this month go by absolutely fast, y'all? This year is almost up, 2021. I'm grateful for the ability to still be here in my right mind and just excited about life and living. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. But what do we say? We count our blessings and cut our losses and keep on learning and evolving and growing. That's what I say. How about you? Hey, Crystal. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Sue B. What's up? Y'all see, we got somebody joining us tonight. He ain't supposed to be in the room, but he in the room having a good time. He excited to be here. So I just want to say, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Did y'all notice that amazing moon we've had recently? Come on, say hey to your sisters. Say, what's up, sister? Welcome to our sacred and safe place for the enlightened woman. Y'all always know I love my theme song. Just absolutely just sets me in the mood. When I hear it, then I know it's time for Mondays in the meditation room with Dr. K. So how y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How you agreeing with this new season? Are you taking time to be with yourself, to rest? Right? Yes, Crystal said that moon was intoxicating. It was absolutely beautiful. Hey, Carolyn. So we are in really the throes. We're still in fall, even though the weather is starting to get a little cold. Make sure you are staying in tune to your body, giving yourself what you need, resting, hydrating, moving, sleeping well, eating well, right? And this is the season where you kind of start slowing down a little bit, want some comfort food. Go ahead and do that comfort food, right? And get you some good soup, some good casserole, some good teas, right? Make sure you're doing whatever you need to do to build your immune system as we go into this season. Take care of yourself and don't do none of that depriving stuff. Eat well, but I just had an amazing cupcake. Okay, two. I had two cupcakes. Had a chocolate one and a lemon one. So excited to support the sister who just opened a new business in Bowie, Maryland called the Dessert Junkie. Y'all know how we do, right? We like to support Black women in business. And so if you're in the Bowie area, even if you're not, take a ride on over to Bowie and support the dessert junkie. I made a mistake and didn't bring my paper with her name on it, so I'll make sure I'll put her name in the chat when I get it. But let's support one another. So we are grateful. So let me remind you that January is our free 4-part masterclass going through the book, The Enlightened Woman, Inspiration and Reflections to Rediscover the Joy of Being You in Midlife and Beyond. I know you already have your copy, right? So make sure you get another one and pass it to a sister so that she can join you in the free masterclasses starting January 4, 4 Mondays at 8 o'clock, right before Mondays in the meditation room, from 8 to about 8:45, starting January 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st. It's going to be phenomenal as we take a walk through this book, workbook, and journal, The Enlightened Woman. Did I tell you it's free 99? It is free. You don't want to miss it, but your book is your admission. So make sure you get your book, and we're going to require you to take a picture with your book and send it to me so I'll know you're supposed to be there. I'm just kidding. Make sure you have the book. And if you don't think I have your email address, drop it in the chat, because that's the only way you'll be able to get the link to our 4-part free masterclass as we walk through the book. You can get it on Amazon, or you can hit me up on Cash App. It's $19.99, but watch the Enlightened Woman, join Enlightened Woman Facebook private community group when I might drop some freebies or some special holiday pricing for 1 or 2. You don't want to miss it. You got to keep checking the page. You never see. Otherwise, it's $19.99. You can do it through Amazon, or you can hit me up on my Cash App and I'll send it to you. Make sure you have it before our first class. All right. All right. So thank you so much. So tonight, I'm so excited. I have a special guest with me on tonight. Um, my sister in love, Elder Darlene Belton. I call her Dar. I'm so excited. She has been such a blessing to me in my life as I am grafted into the Hayes vine, right? I have joined the family. I married my husband. I married the entire family, and I absolutely love them to pieces. And she has been such a blessing to me from day one. Anointed woman of God. She's a preacher, a teacher, a wife, a mother, a sister, a grandmother, right? But she is in this space on tonight helping us through this season called Midlife that affects every area of our lives, y'all. But we're determined to thrive and to flourish in it. So, for those of you who may not know, November is Family Caregiver Month. And for those of us who are in midlife, many of us are finding ourselves trying to navigate, evolving into our own. But then some of us are also having to care for our parents as well. And she is absolutely doing that and has done a yeoman's job in preparing. And I'm not going to tell the story. I'm going to let her tell the story. So won't you help me give a Mondays in the meditation room for Midlife Musing Enlightened Woman? Welcome to my sister. I don't never say in-law, in love, and just my sister. How about that? Elder Darlene Belton. Come on. Making noise, making noise, making noise. I'm so glad that she is here today. Woo woo. Thank you, Danny. You know what? See, the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. That's my niece, Danny Bones. And if you remember, she joined us in the meditation room not too long ago. From Coach Danny. She is Coach Danny, doing amazing things, trying to keep us well and healthy. She is a wellness coach. And I might as well add fitness because she is running marathons and carrying on. Right. And so look her up on Facebook. Yeah. Danny, drop your info in the chat too, where people can follow you and get in touch with you. I love your Danny's Brook moments. Those are awesome. So drop your social media info in the chat so people can follow you as well. I'm saying all that to say she dropped the information already in the chat for the dessert junkie. Now she live in Philly and she has dropped the information for the dessert junkie for me in the chat with the owner's name. Thank you, Alexis Streets. Alexis is so awesome. She's like a she has a truck that travels to parties that sells her stuff out of. She does event planning, major balloons. I mean, just phenomenal. So now she has a brick and mortar, and we want to help her stay in business, right? So if you are in the DMV area, hit her up right there in Bowie in a little shopping center next to Popeyes. I don't know how good that is, but you got dessert and Popeyes right next to each other. So go ahead. Those cupcakes were so good. I did buy one for the hubby because I knew I wasn't gonna share that chocolate one. But that's my test. The first the first flavor I get at a cupcake place is chocolate. Because I'm like, if you can handle chocolate and it's moist and it's good, then you
That's
good.
it.
You can handle it. You can handle it. So you can't see the chat, but I can. But you got a lot of hand raises and shoutings and welcome Elder Darlene and all that good stuff. So
Well,
thank you
thank you.
everybody for welcoming her. So tonight we're just going to have a brief conversation about the impact and of caregiving on our lives in midlife. And and I said the impact, the blessing, and the challenge of caregiving in midlife, because it's all of the above, right?
Right,
And
right.
so we really, she blessed us because we've been talking about it off and on, blessed us with a handbook that's preparing us, and preparing me. She's gonna be my caregiving guru, because my mom will be moving with us soon, in maybe a year or so. We're planning for that, because I'm a only, and
Mm-hmm.
only is me. I don't really have any other choice, but I
Right.
am blessed and honored to be able to do that. But I know it's going to be um, a complete life change for
Yeah.
us. And so I'm glad to have Darlene to have walked that path and walking that path. And
Mm-hmm.
so she was the first person I thought of when I realized that this was Family Caregiver Month. How many of y'all, first of all, knew that November was Family Caregiver Month? Here in the county, they've been doing workshops and giving out information to support persons who are family caregivers. And so if you are in this space, even after tonight, look up some information on Prince George's County or wherever you live. I'm sure there are supportive organizations and information that is available to you. Chrissy said, "Yeah, I had no clue." Yep, I know. So we want to make sure we do that. Danny has dropped her info, so make sure you screenshot it, if you just want some help on that wellness journey. So, Dar, just kind of tell us a little bit about you, where you are in your midlife journey, and however you want to segue into what it's been like in this transition portion of going from a house full to down to one adult to empty nest to
Mm-hmm.
now to being a 24/7 kind of caregiver for mom.
Mm-hmm. Well, I must say, it's been a challenge. Okay. And it's still a challenge. Okay. I have to share this little bit with you before. First of all, let me do my intro and say thank you to Dr. K for inviting me to be a part of Enlightening Women on this Family Caregiver Month. And it is indeed my honor to share what I have learned. My mom has been with me for 6 months now, about 6 months now. Okay, so of course, after we were empty nesters, you know, I could walk around however I wanted. My husband could walk around however he wanted.
Mhm. We
But
dream of
that's,
those days, right?
yes, but that's no longer the case. Love causes you to adjust your life.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
that's so good. Put that in the chat, Darlene.
yeah. Love causes you to adjust your life, and this is one thing I was okay when you was talking. I said, "Oh Lord, I got to share this one with my mom and I sitting in the living room on the sofa, looking at TV. Now it's got colder, so she's more fragile. So I know she needs the heat. So we got a little heater I turn on in the living room for like director right at her. So I turn the heat on for her. And then here comes one of my hot moments.
Oh my God.
And then I have to turn the heat off. And she said, "What's
Yes.
wrong, baby?" I said, "Mom, I'm having one of my moments." And she said,
Mhm.
"Okay, it's a little chilly now." I'm like, "Lord, help us."
Woo,
Oh,
like me right now. Keep talking because I'm going to go turn my space heater off because I'm like, okay, it's hot enough in here now.
yeah. So being in midlife with that going on with me, and then my mom done passed that,
Mm-hmm.
and she was a little cooler. So I turned the heat back on. I said, "Okay, Mom, I'll be having my fam." I said, "I'll be right
Mm-hmm.
back."
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like I just want to open my freezer and just put my head in for a little bit. But
Yes.
we are adjusting, and one thing I'd like to say, it's important if you're married, it's important that you and your spouse
Mm-hmm.
agree and each one approves of what's about to happen, because you're going to need the assistance of your whole tribe in
Wow.
one form or another. You're going to need the assistance of your whole tribe, because sometimes with family, distant wise, they can't be there like you are, because being a primary caregiver is a lot different than when I was a part-time caregiver. That's when
Mm-hmm.
my mom was still in her home.
Mm-hmm.
My brother Michael was there with her. So I would like about 3 days, 3 or 4 days during the week, I would go over, make sure she has something to eat, take care of the laundry, do whatever I need to make sure she's good. But then I said, "See you, Mom. I'll talk to you later."
Mm-hmm.
I left and came back to my home. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's
Wow.
24/7. And
Wow.
I didn't even realize, and ladies need to realize how much of a adjustment, how much of a change that would be in my life, in our life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to say, I have some notes, but I'm going the way I'm feeling. Okay. One,
Please do.
one thing I want to say, and I've realized this lately, it's almost like the Lord has challenged me. Put yourself in her shoes. I said,
Wow.
put myself in her shoes. Yeah. Put myself in her shoes, because literally the roles shift when it comes to, I'm talking about like the impact on your life. The roles shift. Just like our children, thank God they grow up into adulthood, they had their jobs, got their own place, got their car, because they have now become independent. But when our parents get older, the roles literally switch. It's like we are now the parents and they are now the children. But the challenge there is to don't make them feel like that.
Wow.
Don't make them feel, it, but words have power. So
Mm.
you don't make them feel like that. Because I remember the other day, something I was helping my mom with, and she decided to try so, and she called me in the room. She said, "Baby, come look." I said, "Mom, go ahead, girl." I said, "You not pitiful Pearl. You were
Mm.
powerful Pearl." And
Mm.
her face lit up. I mean, she gave me
Wow.
such a big smile because we don't know unless we ask, and if they don't volunteer it, we still don't know. But what's
Mhm.
going on, the process in their mind? Think about it. I said my mother, father was married, been married for 66 years.
Wow.
6 years. Okay. And after my dad passed, yeah, before he passed, it was 66 years. So for that amount of time, been independent for that amount of time, had her own house for that amount of time, did what she wanted when she wanted, etc. For that amount of time, she didn't have to ask anybody what was in her bank account. She picked up the phone and called and asked them to sell. All of
Wow.
that
Wow.
has now changed. All of that has now changed. And I was sharing with Dr. K last night. I said, women, if you don't get nothing else out of this, you better make sure you're a praying woman. Okay. You better make sure you're a praying woman. Okay. Okay. Because at a moment notice, stuff may change and you got, Lord Jesus, help me. Sometime I just got to step away because once you get something comes out your mouth, you can't grab it back.
Wow.
Okay. You can't grab it back. Okay. So this has really been a challenge for me, but I say love compels me to we gonna do this together. And I don't think I completed, but I want to share this. I thank God for my husband. I know this is enlightened women, but I have to say that because you need the support system. Because
Yes.
sometimes and I thank God for my daughter Danny, because how many know grandchildren, they up here, we down here. But she'll bring the grands over and she'll talk about that for a few days. Okay.
Mhm.
When she see the grandchildren and my daughter Pearl, she'll come over. In fact, she came over last week and just took my mom over her place to have dinner, etc. And then Christy, sometimes Christy will see her via the camera, just talk to her on the phone, and she'd be
Mhm.
like, I know that's my Chrissy. So I thank God. That's why I said you need your whole tribe. Okay.
Wow.
You need your whole tribe. And, with his spoiled self, my brother Harold, soon mama hear his voice. That's my son. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
So,
it does her. Huh?
as you are talking, you're dropping knowledge. Look, me and Chrissy, we doing a tag team trying to put these notes in the chat. Because you have several persons, I mean, several sisters who are in the meditation room who are caregivers. And like Lisa
Mm-hmm.
just came on, she's a caregiver for both of her parents. And
Wow.
so, I wanted to, if you're just coming on, this is Elder Darlene Belton. She is my sister in love, and we are talking about caregiving in the
Mm-hmm.
midst of midlife. And
Mm-hmm.
our goal is to thrive through it. And she's been dropping some really wise nuggets. So kind of scroll through the comments so you can see some of the notes. And that one that hit me as you were talking was put yourself in their shoes. When you talk about the fact that mom had been married over 60 years in her own place for the majority, basically that entire time, in
Right.
charge of our whole life and all of the
Mm-hmm.
above, and to then have it switched.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. To be in a whole new environment after
Whole.
all that time in her
Mm-hmm.
own place. Um,
Mm-hmm.
man, and that piece you dropped about the roles have switched, but not to make them feel like it.
Right.
Woo! I
Right.
hope you keeping your own notes, man.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yes.
good. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you said you need your whole tribe because you
Mm-hmm.
can't do it by yourself. Because we, as women, in particular, Black women, might try to carry that whole load on
Right.
our own.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Being
Yeah.
superwoman, because we
Mm-hmm.
can't tell you how many caregivers have died before the person they were caring for because they were
Mm-hmm.
so stressed out
Right.
and
Right.
didn't get the help that they needed. How do you
Mhm.
feel about that? Because some women like feel guilty or whatever for asking for help or don't want to ask for help. Because you were saying how important that is. For those of you, Darlene also shared that she's married and she gave good advice for those of you who have spouses to make sure you're on the same page,
Yes.
before taking that on and the
Yes.
effect it has.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that's all I wanted to do. Want to do a recap. So,
Mm-hmm.
continue.
That was a good that was a good recap. Thank you for that. But yeah, it's very important that you talk ahead of time. Okay,
Mm,
that you talk ahead of time, and um, I realized this also that sometimes becoming a caregiver is brought on by the mate passing. It may be
mhm,
that, or maybe due to health issues, because
mm,
like for my mother, it was, she already had one loss, the loss of her husband over
mm,
60 years. And that's why I even hesitated I think I shared with my siblings, even hesitated because I said, after dad passed, I said, I can't move mom now. I cannot move her now
mm.
because she already suffered the loss of her husband. And now
Oh,
to suffer the loss of her house, because that's a lot of weight up here.
mhm,
Mentally, that's a lot to handle. Okay.
mm,
And sometimes on a not on occasion, on a regular basis, when my mother, her and I are going at it, and I say, "No, mom, it got to be this way." And then I just stop and make sure they look at you, look into your eyes, you look into their eyes, okay, and not looking around the room, etc. Mom, whatever I do,
mhm.
whatever I ask of you, I'm doing it because I love you, and I
Wow.
got your best interest in mind. I'm not
Mm,
here to hurt you. I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to help you.
wow.
Okay. Okay. And one thing we did, we let her know when she came, it was like a celebration. Her first day was
Mm,
Chrissy. Yeah. Chrissy brought her over because I was still dealing with stuff over at her house. But her
mhm,
first day, Chrissy had the flowers, congratulate, bring her in. And when I had the opportunity, when I came back, I let her know. I said, Mom, this is now your home too. Okay,
mhm.
because you don't want them to feel like they intruding.
Oh, that is so good. So
Okay.
because there is a difference, and Darlene made sure she talked about the difference between when she would go there because mom was still in her own home, and
Mm-hmm.
then she could leave and go home. But the
Right.
difference now is that she has moved in with her. So that is a whole nother level. But
Mm-hmm.
that is so helpful. Woo, y'all help me?
Mm-hmm.
So we already celebrate. That was so helpful
Praise
that
God.
if they're moving in with you,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure and to be very careful not to make them feel like they're intruding.
Right.
That's so
Right.
good.
Right. Right. Yeah, we have to remember they were there for us all our life.
Mhm.
Now it's our turn because the
Mhm.
roles have shifted is to be with them for the rest of their life. I don't know
Mhm.
the address, but in the Bible says, may your latter days be
Mhm.
more blessed than your former days. And
Mhm.
we're the ones, as sons and daughters, to make sure that their
Mhm.
latter
Glad.
days be more blessed than their former days.
Look, you ain't gonna make me cry no ugly cry on
Challenge.
my show. Now, what is happening? Look, that is so good, man. While
That's what
y'all
God
on
has
it,
trusted us to.
if y'all have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat as well. That was so good because, I want y'all to hear that it is. Darlene, it was an understatement to me to say it's been a challenge, because it has been a challenge. I think because that's the only word we might be able to say, because that's what I
Mhm.
said. We talked about caregiving, the impact, the challenge, and the blessing of
Mhm.
caregiving while you're, in midlife,
Mhm.
because what she hasn't shared yet is that even though she gave mom more time before moving her after dad passed, she
Mhm.
was tasked to get that house ready and cleaned and put on the market and sold and then moving her. Y'all know how
Mhm.
much stress moving, I think, is like within the top three of the top
Mhm.
stressors. Even
Mhm.
even when it's a good thing, it's moving. And so not only did she move, but she had to oversee the
Mhm.
preparation of the house to be
Yeah.
seen, sold,
Mhm.
go to
Mhm.
closing, and then move mom in. And while she's cleaning, preparing the house, getting it on the market, getting it sold, she's then preparing her room and
Mhm.
her to move mom in. Y'all.
Mhm. Yes, I tell you that's where my tribe came in again. Chrissy
Mhm.
made it down that road to help me with my mom's, preparing the room for her. And really I look back and I
Mhm.
say, how did I do all of that?
Duh. I I was up
And
here praying, and I was like, God help her.
I
Every
know it was
time
nothing
you
but
get
the
the most
prayers. I know it was nothing but the prayers that held me up, because literally I just don't know. It was like on a daily basis, God poured into me some more strength, and that
Mhm.
I was able to handle it. I was able to go through it. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Not, nothing but the grace of God, you know. And another
Mhm.
thing I want to share is your priorities
Mhm.
change.
Mm.
Okay. Your priorities increase. Okay, because no longer that, okay, I'm gonna go in the kitchen, grab something whenever I want to eat. No, they may have certain foods or diet that they have to stick with. Okay,
Mm.
and I know a thing with with me and my mother. I'm always, Mom, you got to drink more water. Mom,
Mm.
you have to drink more water. It's healthy for you. You need to drink more water. She said, here's one of her phrases, baby, I know you're right. I said, Mom, you know I'm right, but you're not doing it.
Oh my God. Duh.
And here's another thing I want to share.
Mhm.
You may have flashbacks when you
Mhm.
start hearing your name more than you want to. As the kids grew up, Mom, Mom, Mom. Now I hear Darlene, Darlene, Darlene. I'm like, ah.
My goodness,
So
Darlene, you are
I
helping
had
up in
somebody like,
here
oh,
today. Woo!
oh,
Woo!
oh, baby, Darlene, baby. It's between baby and Darlene. I'll be like, Mom, Mom. And one thing you have to do for your stress level,
Mhm.
and I'm just sharing from my experience. I know, every household, everybody's different, but for your stress level,
Mhm.
okay, what you have to do for your stress level, you have to let them know. I have to say, Mom, you're working my last nerve.
That is so good.
Uh-huh. I said, huh? I said, Mom, you are working my last nerve, okay? Okay. You understand me? I said, okay, Mom, I love you, but you're working, okay? Because if you don't, if I try to hold that in every time, like, okay, this is the 20th time I done heard my name today, I can't take it no more, and I hold that in, then the next day she calls me my name 30 times, then I'm just building up stress.
Mhm.
And here's another point. If we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of them.
Ooh.
We can't. We have to be careful. We have to take that time out, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we won't be good for them. We want to be good for our spouse. We want to be good for our business, etc. The ministry. We have to take care of ourselves. So I've learned to release it, in small doses. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Mom, not now. No, no, not now. And you have
Oh,
to protect your privacy.
oh my gosh. Come on in here, Darlene. Look, we looking for the book in a minute. Come on.
You have to protect your privacy. And again, remember I said earlier, okay,
Mm-hmm.
she's had her own house, since her dad married, thank God. And so she's used to walking around wherever she want,
Mm-hmm.
opening up whatever door she want. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? You can't do that here, mama.
Wow.
Okay. You got to let them know the nice way, mom. You can't do that here. You have to knock. Okay. You
Mm-hmm.
have to knock.
Mm-hmm.
This is our space right here in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
This is ours. Okay. So you have to knock on the door. So she got
Mm-hmm.
that. Thank you, Jesus. She got that one. She got that one after a few tries. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say you have to do it in love, but you have to let them know, you know, and keep instilling, I love you, mom. But there's
Mm-hmm.
certain things that we need to work together as a unit, as a family, okay? And we need your help in order to do that, so we can take care and provide for you.
That y'all look, if y'all here and this is helping you, just go ahead and put in the chat, this is helping me. Because it's helping me. And I know I'm not the only one that's getting help. And Crystal says, thank you so much for your transparency and helping, because Crystal is in that same place. Her mom is with her and her husband, and she's
Mm-hmm.
been there for her. Because and I want y'all to know, look, in our pre-conversation, she asked me if I wanted the sugar coated version or the raw version. And I said, we do it raw in the meditation. And so she came both barrels packing, because
Mm-hmm.
it is exactly what we need to hear. We need to hear the things that we don't think about, because in midlife, I would want to say at least 50 to 60%, if not more. And I'm going to have to look up that statistic of persons in midlife are now caring for their parents.
Mm-hmm.
And some, unfortunately, are caregiver for a spouse, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things can happen and change in midlife. And then
Mm-hmm.
some of us in midlife are in what we call that sandwich generation, where your
Mm-hmm.
young adults aren't fully self-sufficient, so you helping them and trying to help them
Mm-hmm.
get together, or if it's not them, it's the grandchildren you're trying to help, and you are dealing with parents. And so this is so good and so helpful. One of the light women saying it is hard and it's a lot, because that's the one who's literally
Yeah.
caring for both parents.
Yeah.
It's it's something when you caring for one, it's something when you caring for two. And this
Yeah.
is so helpful.
Mm.
Dar, you got any more? Because I have a question. You got any more points you got on your notes you want to share?
Yes, this is a mistake I made when my mother first moved in.
Mm-hmm.
I started waiting on her hand and foot. And I
Wow.
thank God that she's physically and mentally able. She did it at her house before she moved. She's
Mm-hmm.
physically able to make herself a sandwich. She's
Mm-hmm.
physically able to walk and do things. And I had to get hold of myself and said,
Wow.
you are not helping your mother. You are crippling her.
Oh my
You are
goodness.
enabling her. Okay, you're not helping her to move, which is good. You need exercise, and movement, help them joints to move, etc. But I had to stop that, and that me stopping that helped her feel more independent. I do believe. I said,
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I walked her through the house, and my daughter Danny, she helped me with this before Mom moved in. Walk her through the house and make sure she feels comfortable with everything. When in the kitchen, Mom, here's the lunch meat, Here's the bread. Here's this and that. When you get hungry, make yourself a sandwich. She said,
Wow.
okay. She said, okay, I will. Okay. Okay. So we have to be careful on that.
Mm-hmm. That wow. That's wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is the last thing I want to share this, Kelly. Let me see. Help them maintain their dignity
Mm.
as much as you can when it comes to hygiene issues.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes, let me pause on hygiene issues. Okay. Watch what you say when it comes to hygiene issues. Not, oh, you stink. Oh, that's not. Don't go there with all of that. Okay. Help them keep their dignity with the hygiene
Mm-hmm.
issues, financial issues, social issues, etc. Watch what you say and
Mm-hmm.
how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what you say and how you say it. All right, I'm through.
That
No,
wow.
I'm not through. I'm not through, Dr. K. I'll just stop.
That just means we need to have you back. That's all. That just means we need a part
Uh,
two because it is so much to it. And so many people need this help and support. Even if it doesn't change anything, it allows them to help do some things and change. Because one our person was saying, wow, that's what I did. You know, when you were talking about the waiting on them hand and foot
yep.
and then
Mm-hmm.
agreeing that she needs to maybe change some things because
Right.
it
Right.
if they're able
Right.
and then
If
that
they're
whole
able.
help them maintain their dignity. That is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That wow, that was so good. So what would you say would be something that you maybe wish you had done or you would want to tell us to do to prepare for this? Because sometimes we don't even think about it or prepare for it. It's just kind of thrust on us a lot of times
Right.
all of a
Right.
sudden. Because of
Right.
course you can't if somebody take their health takes a turn, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not and that's something different. But and then again, I don't know. If you have parents and they're getting older, we should
Right.
be prepared for it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I was when I we first started thinking about all my aunts that are getting older, I said, wait a minute, we need to start having some conversations with them to find out about their paperwork, their plans, what do they want to be done for them, and we're starting that process now. And I'm like, man, what? How did the time go by so quickly? And then not necessarily prepared. You're kind of reacting. Let me put it that way. We're reacting. Uh-oh, did we lose you, Dar? You still here? I think she froze. Oh no, we gotta have her back because we can't have her. We need to finish hearing from you, Dar. If you can hear me, can you? She moving a little bit. Let me see what's happening. I don't know if she can hear me. If you can hear me, you might have to go out and come back in. Danny, can you call her and tell her she's frozen? Maybe go out and come back in, please. Because I can hear her moving around, but I don't know that she realized she's frozen. Because this part I really want to hear. We have to hear this part. Maybe one or two things that we should be doing now to prepare, whether it happens or not, whatever it is you're getting ready to do, whether you're caring for them, you're going to care for them and they're not living with you, or whether it's 24/7, they're now living with you. Even if they are in a facility, whatever the case may be, there might be some things that we need to pay attention to and kind of to do um, to plan in advance so that we're not just reacting, right? That we put some things in place to prepare for it. And if you're in the room and you've dealt with this and you have some wisdom to share, please put it in the chat. If you know some things that maybe you haven't done, but you wish you had have done prior to, share it with us in the chat. How do you, and of course, you can't prepare for every scenario, but there might be some things that we do and need to do to prepare for that, right? So hopefully she'll kind of click back in real quick. Any comments, any responses to what Darlene has already shared, how you're doing? How are you managing your self-care if you are a caregiver right now? What is it that you might be doing, or what wisdom can you share with the other enlightened women in the meditation room that can be a blessing, that can help us prepare? Because that's going to be my next question. Um, because it might be a ways off before my mom comes, and it might be sooner. I really don't know. But I want to tell you that when the reality of it hit, when we had that conversation and she told us she was ready or getting ready, um, I felt immediately overwhelmed. I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't feel like I didn't want to. I knew that that was what I was going to have to do. I knew my mom would be with me, but I immediately felt a sense of overwhelm with the thought. I was like, "Oh my goodness, can I handle it? Am I ready? What I'm going to do?" Right? How do we? And thank God, I have a spouse who knew. I mean, he has siblings. It's just me, so he basically already knew. Marrying me as the only child, that if push, not push came to shove, when the time came that I would be caring for my mom, that she would be here with us if that was her desire. So that's been a blessing. So, but I was caught off guard. I didn't realize I was going to feel the weight of that. And it hadn't even happened yet. It was just the thought of it. Like, wow, can I do this? So we have some sharing what Chris says. I think as our parents get to that age, as you said, it would be beneficial to discuss their senior living plans so you know what will be required. Absolutely. um Making sure, hey cousin Gina, making sure you mentally take care of yourself. I have been living with the father-in-law we had to caregive for earlier than most, and take your family trips. That is so good. Thank you for sharing that. We were not prepared, but my brothers and I are grateful our mother recorded her wishes so there was no doubt or guessing. That is so awesome. Oh, let me bring Dar back in. um I don't know why I didn't think to uh-oh, something must be happening with her Wi-Fi. Because Dar, you're up, but your screen is black. Not sure what happened. Something is probably going on with the Wi-Fi. Y'all know this time of night, everybody and their mama decide to fire up their laptops, and all kind of stuff be happening with the service. So I'll keep trying. She might have to go out and come back in. That was just weird. All of a sudden, look, I'm gonna get old school. The devil is a lie. Look, loose here, amen. Get that Wi-Fi back up and going, because this was just too good and so helpful. Um, I didn't even think about. So if we end up doing a part two, I definitely will have it. I want to suggest to you a book that my family is now working on. It's called My Exit Plan. It's a small booklet, almost like a workbook, where you literally put all of your information in, and then you just hand it to your loved ones, and all of your information is in there. All of your wishes are in there, even down to your passwords for your social media and all of that, what you want done with it. Literally, who you want to preach your eulogy. It is so powerful. Her first name escapes me, but her last name is Green. Just did a phenomenal job. Maybe I'll call her and have her come on, because we really do need to do better as a people in planning for an inevitable part of our life. But it's called My Exit Plan. Gosh, I see the cover of it right now. Her last name is Green. I can't think of her first name right now, but has done a phenomenal job. Really, everything in one little book. When I say it's thin, it may be, I don't know, 15 pages maybe, but you literally go in and put all of your information in, your insurance information, all of your bank account information, everything in there, where everything is that can be found. You put it in that book. And then literally your family just has to go through that book and find your wishes. I mean, down to who you want to sing, who you want to be a part of it, what funeral home do you want to use. And it is so powerful, and make you have your end of life information done and planned. Because can I tell you, you don't want to be in a fight with the courts for your children. And Rhonda Green, thank you so much, Sister Max. Do you know her, or did you just look that up? Yes, that is her name. Tammy says, I took all of the caregivers courses online at Prince George's Community College. I let my mom make breakfast and took care of lunch and dinner. How amazing is that? That is so good. Thank you for sharing that, because I mean, who knew there are caregiver courses? That is phenomenal. Oh man, I love it, love it, love it. Oh, thank you. Max says she looked it up. Thank you so much. It's called My Exit Plan by Rhonda Green. Can I tell you, Black people are doing that thing and everything. Don't let anybody fool you. Whatever we need, we have it right in our community, and we need to not be afraid to use and support our community. So I'm so sorry. I'm not. We just had that technical glitch, and so that just means we have to do part two. How about that? Anybody ready for a part two? Wants to do a part two of this, because this is so very helpful. Because this is a part of who we are as women in midlife, redefining it, not wanting to be midlife crisis or chaos. But this is one of the things that we have to do to plan for our lives, so that we can have peace as we evolve and grow as Black women in midlife. I'm so excited, so grateful that you all joined me on tonight. Thank you so much. We so appreciate. Yes, everybody saying yes, part two. Yes, part two. Awesome sauce. So we will do part two, because can y'all can y'all help me thank? So even if she goes back and look at the chat, she'll see you saying thank you for her sharing. Thank you for the raw version, and encourage her to write that book to help us, because of course EW Publishing, Enlightened Woman Publishing, is standing at the ready to make sure that book gets out, right? We are so excited. Danny said, yeah, she's having some trouble getting back in. Please call her and tell her to breathe. Just take a deep breath in and release it. All is well, because thank God it didn't happen until now, because she had already dropped so much information and nuggets that we are grateful. Dana said, learn what resources are available and when, such as Medicare. That in and of itself is a beast. If you're dealing with Medicare and all of that, understanding and know what is available to you, and the Department of Aging in your city or county is also very helpful, because a lot of the things that we're worried about having to pay for sometimes is just a part of their service. They'll come out and retrofit your house or do what you need to make sure your loved one is cared for well and is safe and healthy. So yeah, please put it in there. Yes, tell her thank you for sharing. Thank you. We need to hear all of it. Thank you so much, because I want her to be able to come back, go through the chat and see that, and to know that we so appreciate her sharing. And we're going to have her back for part two and bring in some other guests too. So thank you all for joining me on tonight. I'm so excited. Don't forget, if you do not have your copy of The Enlightened Woman, make sure you pick it up. You can get it at Amazon right now. The cost is $19.99. It is a book, journal, workbook, all rolled up into one. Make sure you get it, or you can get it directly from me. Let me put my cash up in there real quickly. You can send me the $19.99 via Cash App, and I will get your book to you right away. You want to be a part of this free 4-part masterclass as we walk through the Enlightened Woman called is going to be Mastering the Midlife Pivot in 4 parts. And but your admission to it is the book. And then, you gotta let me know you got the book. Send me your picture with your book, your receipt, what is it? And of course, your email address, and we'll make sure you get the link to join us in January. Second, third, fourth, fifth Monday in January will be the classes. All right, let me see if we can pull Dar up just to give us some a goodbye. I'm not sure why it won't come up, but it's all right. Y'all say it's all good. It's all good. We are thankful. All right, y'all.
Going in and out.
In and release it. Take a deep breath in and release it, and just process all that we've heard on tonight. And we look forward to seeing you next time on Mondays in the meditation room. Uh, in the meantime, just be your most amazing and beautiful self. Ha Share with another sister and make sure you invite them to join you in the meditation room. This is stuff so good. You got to be able to share it with somebody else. All right. Have a great and peaceful night, y'all. Thank you for joining me. See ya.